Hi everyone. Hi. The elbow reveal, stop. She's right here.
Hello everybody.
She's right here.
So I hope you all had a great day. All right, so I see some new names out there. It's I pop in stream, I lurk every once in a while, so different people coming in. So welcome to you. It might be the first time that you've seen me. I'm sure you've heard about me or seen me in Discord, but I am truly his mother.
It's real.
Yes, pretty close to this time, another month or so. 30 years ago, I found out I was pregnant with him.
Okay, that's not real. That's not real. It's
No, that is real. All right, you see right here, this Italian cookbook. We're not going to necessarily use this, but I am not Italian by birth. I married his dad, the Olios. So, but I wanted to bring this book because the thing I absolutely love about this is here, it's choosing a pasta. And it has all different kinds of pastas in it. And if you get something weird, it also has, on one of these pages, how long to cook the different pastas. So it's whether you've got mastacholi or whether you've got vermicelli.
Mastacholi?
Ravioli.
Yep.
Ravioli.
What's mastacholi?
Subscription only.
There. It's, you can hear, or manicotti, but
Oh,
using
I know
it with
manicotti.
yes, but making mastacholi with that. But do you know what a conchiglietti?
Do you know what a conchiglietti is? Mastacach? Is that what it was?
Nope. They're all the little shell noodles. We usually call them shells. You've got small shells, medium shells, and big shells.
Yeah.
But they actually have an Italian name to them. All different kinds, but it's always just a neat page that I like to look up and to see some different ones to use.
I'll make a quiz for you for the different kinds of pastas. See how well you do. Let's make some ravioli.
Okay, then I have a disclosure to make.
Okay.
Even though we are Italian family, I have made ravioli probably 6 times in my life. Maybe 10. Not a lot. Because it's just easier to buy frozen ravioli. And easier when I was working, I didn't have a lot of time to do extra prep like this. So we are redoing this again. So there might be a little slowness in what we do.
We're learning.
We're learning, yes. So we will jump into it. We have the KitchenAid master behind me, not the master beside me.
No, that was actually my nickname in college, the KitchenAid master, because I was such a good, profound, and talented chef.
Yeah, I wanted to make a joke so bad there, but as your mother, I will let it go by. Mm-hmm. Yep, he was a master in his own right, and we'll just leave it that.
Master of none.
Yes. First thing that we do, it's with the mixing the dough. We start out, KitchenAid has a flat beater, you see, so it's flat. And then it has a dough hook. There's some other attachments too. It's one if you want to make meringue. That one's more of a whiskey thing. But we're going to start out with the flat beater. When you put this on the mixer, don't have it plugged in. I had a friend that put it on and somehow the mixer turned on and she broke 3 of her fingers. Very dangerous.
Why are you scaring the
Don't do
people
it.
today?
So the hint is, do not plug in. Put this on while the mix master, the KitchenAid, is not plugged in.
She wants me to break my fingers. I see. It's not plugged in. This is a safety lesson, everyone.
Yes. Please, I don't want broken fingers. We'll change to the dough hook in a little bit. But so right now you need 2 cups of flour.
Do you do like flat or do you like do heaping?
Your recipe might say a heaping, but flour's always flat unless it states otherwise. So the one thing that we're not using here, but in cookies and things, baking soda, those you do rounded a little bit of heaping. Okay, so we got 2 cups of that. Then we are going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt.
Is that good?
Yep.
Yeah, heaping means when it's like rounded.
A 1/2 teaspoon? Why are you doing more than one?
I wasn't entirely listening. How much is this?
It's set at a 1/2 teaspoon.
Okay, we're good. Okay. Listen to your mom. I know. Don't Jesus Christ me. We're learning. Okay, what's next?
All right. Because that's just dry ingredients.
Yeah.
You don't have to use the mixer to mix that. You can just take a fork and just mix those 2 ingredients. While he's doing that, I'm going to, we're going to do 2 eggs. I think I've told you before, I usually crack an egg on a counter because then you don't have as many sharp edges and the possibility of eggshells going in. All right, so now sort of make a well in the center of that.
Okay. With your hands?
Your hands, or you can use a fork if you want to.
That's probably easier with your hands.
And I'm going to have you put a half a teaspoon of olive oil in it. This we're actually, I have a herb infused olive oil, and we're going to use that. It's not a whole lot of flavor or an extra, but it does give a little bit. Oh, yes, actually it was a half teaspoon of salt. Full teaspoon of olive oil. All right, you can mix that up. Use the fork again. Yep. And then you're going to put that in the well, and you're going to mix that with the flour with the beater on about level 2 for about 2 minutes.
For 2 minutes. Yes, I think we're gonna mute it while the mixer is going because it's sort of loud.
So while he's doing that, we're gonna put that on for 2 minutes, and we're going to, up to a 1/3 cup of water, that he's gonna add about a tablespoon of water until the dough gets sticky but solid, that it holds together. This is a point that it's the Italian grandma would put this down here and knead it, have flour there and knead it and press it and knead it and press it and do that for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so now I unplugged the mixer. I took off the flat beater. We're gonna put on the dough hook now. Logan, you can put on the dough hook.
Nice. Wait, oh, thank you for unplugging it.
I had to unplug to take the other one off. Okay, now you can plug the beater in. Now we need to knead that. We're going to knead it with the hook. Knead, K-N-E-A-D. Knead it with the hook, but we need to do it for 5 minutes. While we're doing that, we're going to do a little pre-work on the filling. And Logan chose to do spinach and ricotta. So this is fresh spinach here, but we're going to just take the stems off from it. And we're going to then soften that up in a little bit of boiling water. So you see what I'm doing here?
Yes.
All right, so you can help work on that.
I love spinach. Spinach is such a good green.
I already have water in the pot that's on the stove. I'm going to add salt in it. Remember, I always say, and I think it was Amberell or whatever, salt like the ocean. And then we're going to put this in there to soften it and break it down.
What does that mean?
Salt like the ocean, just make sure that your water, that you're not timid with your salt.
Oh.
It's with the dough, which you want it all nice and firm, not necessarily firm, but a nice rounded ball. Like you saw before when we had the dough, it looked very rough. I'd say let's do just a little bit tacky. So let's put it back on again for about another minute or so.
Okay.
Once that's done with its kneading by the machine, we will wrap it up in this, and it needs to rest. If you want it the best, I'd let it rest a full hour. We don't have an hour. We're gonna let it rest at least 20 minutes while we do more of this stuff, the filling and the sauce. And if we need more time, we can do an experiment.
Is this puppy good?
Yep. It's the herbs and the olive oil. You could really smell those aromatics coming through.
Are you
so you
kidding
could, when
me?
you make pasta, you could always put some herbs in your dough. But I like it in the olive oil itself. Okay, so we are going to, like I said, it's the spinach that we had. We're just going to drain here. So you see the big pile of it that we had before?
Yes.
That came down to a small amount?
Yes.
Okay.
We wilted it.
Very good. All right, what do you think you're going to do next?
I'm gonna squeeze the liquids out of this.
Yes, but now look, it is steaming, so it may be hot.
Okay.
So just be careful because hot water will still burn. But you probably will need more paper toweling after that is done.
Ow!
Okay, chat, what did I just tell him to be careful? And he comes out with an ow. Yeah, that's close to deserving a sham or slap, but not just yet.
It was hotter than I thought.
Ow! So, but we knew that his knife situation is mediocre at best. So he had the big knife, but I don't think we really need the big knife tonight. So I brought one of my favorite ones. It's a short chef knife that I really like. So, all right, you feel like you got it?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so now it's in just this nice pile of green. We want to chop it up a little bit, so that's why I brought my nice knife. All right, so you can either do it that way, or I find sometimes moving the cutting board, whichever, because sometimes angles are weird, and especially me being shorter on a cupboard, working on a cupboard, I like moving the cutting board around a little bit more.
Wow. Doing great. I think it's good. So this is going to be in our ravioli.
Right. So we're going to put the sauce in here so the spinach can go in there. All right. Then I called for a half a cup of Parmesan. We're going to put in, that's about a third of a cup to keep it a little bit lighter for you. Parmesan is a harder cheese. I have a little bit of lactose intolerance, but the harder cheeses, it's better on my tummy and I do better. Same about a half a cup of ricotta. And again, I put in about a third for him. Ground nutmeg.
Thank you. No nutmeg. Oh, it smells so good.
All right.
Sorry, user.
Pinch of salt.
That's a shame. Yeah, I don't think anyone's lived in there full time.
Some pepper. We both like pepper. I don't know.
Pepper's good.
All right, so that's going to be a little thick, but we're going to, because that's what's inside. I always felt that it worked better with something a little bit thicker, a little bit more dense. If you use something with sausage, though, you would probably want to throw it into a food processor, because unless if you want to make bigger raviolis. But with this, we're going to actually throw it in a Ziploc bag and use that more for a piping bag. Yes, you're going to pipe little dots. Nope. All right, do these look familiar? It's if you saw on Discord under food, I showed you how I roasted these and then we took the skins off. So they're soft. There's some skins, those that were charred more, that came off as we scraped it off much easier.
Okay.
We're going to put these in the food processor later.
Yeah.
So they just need to be strips you can cut them into.
Strips. Oh, they're slippery.
Yes, they are. I just chopped hard.
Oh. That's exactly like I was doing it.
Yeah, okay, you get to do that half. I'm cheating. I cheat all the time with garlic. Once in a while I'll use fresh garlic, but I like already the prepared minced garlic that I put in my refrigerator. This recipe actually calls for a good amount of garlic, 2 tablespoons, so I don't think I will add more to it. Okay, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Now remember, we're not doing this anymore. This is done.
That's done.
Okay, do not put something in there.
I was gonna put the olive oil in there.
Okay, olive oil, 3 tablespoons in the pan behind you, along with the onions,
Okay.
the garlic, and the pepper.
Okay.
And then we're going to turn that on medium high. Because what we want to do is to get especially those onions sort of translucent and softened. The next thing that's going to go in there is basil. Fresh basil. We're going to use it all here.
Do I cut these?
Yep.
How small do I cut this?
As small as you can get it. So chiffonade it one way and then cut it the other way.
Subscription only.
Chiffonade. I know the word chiffonade.
Your food processor has many different things. So you see this lovely thing of peppers and basil and onions and garlic.
Gorgeous.
And the recipe that I use really just calls for red peppers. That's why it's called red pepper ravioli sauce. Our store, for some reason, the grocery store, didn't have... I took the last 2 red peppers and then I used the yellow one. But you could use any of them. Red, yellow. You could use green, but I don't think green peppers have a lot of flavor. Okay, so he's going to work on that. And then we've got the pasta dough here that we're going to soon do the next steps on. So this is a small batch of pasta dough. We're just going to cut this into fourths, flatten it a little bit by hand with a little bit of flour, and then I've got the pasta attachment for the KitchenAid that we will then really flatten it, throw it through there. I'm anxious to see our Logan do that.
Do what?
Do the pasta. Do the pasta maker.
Oh, yeah, I am too. I'm very anxious for that too, for different reasons. These are perfect fourths.
Okay.
I like its elasticity.
Yes. That's what you get with kneading. He's very needy, but by K-N-E-A-D, kneading the dough.
What's the opposite of needy? I'm an independent woman who don't need no man.
Okay, just a little bit of flour on the cutting board, and you're going to take one piece of the dough and then wrap the rest back up in this plastic wrap. Now I want you to form it into a 1x3, 1x4 square.
Okay.
Rectangle, not a square. Rectangle.
I just push it?
You'll see once you do your first one. All right, the next thing he's going to do is he's now going to put this through the pasta roller.
This is the moment.
Yes. So we leave the flour out because he'll see at some point it might get a little sticky, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to sprinkle some flour on it. And you see this pasta roller?
Yes.
Has one for spaghetti, has one for, I'd say, fettuccine, and the center one is what's just going to make a flat sheet.
Okay.
That we would either cut later, or if I was making lasagna. So we're going to start out. So there's speed here.
Okay.
And over here on the side, there is 1 through 8.
1 through 8. Wait, do we
Right.
know what size we want to do?
So we want to get to make the most successful ravioli is the thinner you can get the dough.
Really?
So we're going to start out on 1. We're going to do 1 2 times through, and then we're going to go to 2 and 3 and 4. And
We
we're
do
gonna
it
run
multiple
through.
times?
Yes, we do it multiple times.
Interesting.
Okay, Mr. Italiano.
Okay.
Okay. So we got that. We'll start you slow on 1. Okay, through the center. Okay, so you see right now, Chad, how it gets a little bit rippled there? So that we want to put a little bit of flour on it.
Okay.
And on 1, we run it a couple times through where we flatten it, fold it over, and do it.
Okay.
Let it relax and come, okay? If you think you need some more flour on it, then you put some more flour on it.
Okay. This is pretty cool.
So you see how wide it's getting? I mean, I'm going to say this time we're going to run it through.
So
and
we
you
want
don't want to get too much flour on it.
we want to make it long.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, it's going to spread out more as it goes through here. There you go. Very good. All right, I'm going to increase you up to 2.
Okay.
Do you think you need some more flour?
Just up here.
Okay.
We got this in the bag.
All right, now you're on 2, so it's going to continue to get thinner. And with getting thinner, it's going to get longer.
I think we're
Okay, all right, now we're going to turn it up to 3. Chatty's doing pretty good. All right, up to 4. All right, now I want you to put this end in first on 5.
My little baby. Put this end in first?
Yep. We're going to reverse each time which one comes in first and which one comes in last.
Okay.
You let it hang over your arms the long way.
My little baby.
All right, we're turning it up again. You're supposed to put the other end in first.
No. We're doing this side again. Uh-oh.
All right.
One more?
Nope, we were on 8. So we're going to run it through 8 one more time.
It's time to go backwards.
Put your arm this way. Right here. There we go. All right, success on the first quarter.
Wow, incredible.
Okay, you can lay it down there and we need you to
Where?
cut it in half on the cutting board here.
Well, it's longer than the cutting board.
Yes, but you're going to cut it in half.
I feel like a professional.
All right, you can put the other half, you can put it over the top of the pasta roller. Some people would make it and do your dollops of filling there and then pull over. I don't do it that way. I don't know if which way is better. So we have this very nice piping bag made by your favorite plastic wrap people. All right, so we're gonna put dollops on here, and remember that, so you could do one in one, but we need to have dough in between, and we'll need to pinch it.
Okay.
So
It's pretty small dollops then, right?
pretty small dollops.
You got this. In the bag.
All right, while he's finishing that, I'm gonna turn on the food processor to chop up our peppers, onions, garlic mixture, and basil.
We have enough for everyone. That's a big one.
How you doing over there?
That's good. There's like 1 or 2 spots where the spinach probably wasn't cut as well.
Okay. Because you don't want to have too much filling in there because you want to be able to pinch the edges. You don't want to have, once we boil them, you don't want to have your fillings come out. All right, get your other piece of dough. So then we're going to start here. And you can take over.
How long will these be in the oven, do you think?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yes, Mom, Azzy. It's these we will boil, and because it's probably going to take, with the filling that we have in here, probably 8 minutes
What
in
happens?
boiling water. Could be 6, could be 10.
What happens if one of them doesn't have a good seal?
The filling comes out, and then you have yucky.
I've seen shows where that happens. You know, like MasterChef, where they don't make a good seal.
Right. And we're going to go back and redo everything, and you can stretch. Yep.
This one's
A
too
little
big.
bit there.
We have a bit more work to do, but they're almost done.
Okay, so before you do any more work,
Okay.
we're going to cut them out, and then you can tighten them individually.
Okay.
Do you want to have straight cut pasta, or do you want to have serrated ripple edge pasta?
Chat, which one's better, ripple edge or straight edge? I feel like you always see the ripple edges. Life is better.
Yep. Wiggly,
Silly.
ripple, ripple.
Ripple! I'm really... Ooh, this is so cute. Oh my god, this is adorable.
You can cut the outside edge as well. This pasta dough you could re-roll with the rest of it, but we've got enough there and he's not going to eat that many raviolis tonight at all. Okay, so now as you go through these, it's each one you can pick up and you can really pinch down, and we are going to then put them on. Before you boil the raviolis, we want to let it dry out a little bit. So that is what I have the rack for.
This is so cute. Oh, we rinse them?
No, we drained them.
Oh. Oh my god, they look pretty good.
Oop, a little heavy on the sauce there.
That's okay.
And there we have it's spinach and
never
ricotta
have
ravioli with
heart.
don't spill
Yum.
on the keyboard.
That's making me hungry.
King, it's already broken. With let's just say roasted pepper sauce. Because
Oh, I sort of want to like try one with less sauce to get more of the ravioli.
mm-hmm.
Oh, you cut it.
Honey, you can pick up a whole ravioli and eat yourself. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. You can see the inside. It's so good. We did so well. And this is vegetarian, right? We never put any meat in, right?
No meat.
I think we did fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The pasta itself, so good.
Oh, the after heat of this is just lovely.